Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I am Aaron Loomis. With me today is Jiunn, Seth Geis, John McTavish. How you guys doing this evening?
Like day 212 of self-quarantine, man. I'm gonna lose it. I'll lose it.
So today we are talking about the Villiger do Brasil Claro Robusto. Cigar is 5-inch by 50 ring gauge. Comes out of the Villiger do Brasil factory in Brazil. Wrapper is Brazilian Connecticut shade, binder and filler both from Brazil. Price point is $9, and the cigar was released in January of 2020. So out of that way, June, what was your overall experience like with the cigar?
I thought it was perhaps it's a donut smoke.
Okay.
Anyways, it started off actually pretty good. It's like one part cedar, one part nuttiness. I had this like really good like bread pudding kind of a note to it, very desserty, which I really enjoyed. But you know, and then I had like this really nice cherry cordial, citrus rind kind of thing going on, and then for whatever reason, the profile just kind of like from that point kind of slump a little bit more and more as the profile went through. And I kind of thought that if it would have held to kind of my first you know first half or so of the experience, I would have been a lot more happier. But as is, I thought it was a pretty good like a really sweet, more of a traditional type of Connecticut, but with a little bit more flavors than your typical grandfather's Connecticut. So.
All right, Seth, how about you? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, I thought it was a fun cigar. It's pretty cool to see, just the Connecticut seed grown in Brazil and just see how it differs from, Ecuadorian Connecticut versus US Connecticut. I don't think I'd put it as like a traditional or even like a new age Connecticut. I just kind of think this was in its own little category. But I mean, it was pretty cool flavors. You got some earthiness, and I was picking up some lemongrass as well, some spice to it. It wasn't super complex, and I think it kind of lost some of those wowing characteristics in the first third, but it was still a good cigar that just really offered something a little unique and different, really showing that Brazil.
How about you, John? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, man. This is like your brother has this far off cousin that lives in Brazil, and his name is Henry or Henrique or something like that. And he takes this classic Connecticut blend and he kind of blends out all the bitterness and the grass and the hay and some of the characteristics that kind of take away from a Connecticut. It replaces it with, like June was saying, a little bit of baked goods. So graham crackers, some bready notes, some sweetness. It's pretty enjoyable. I would smoke one of these every day, I think, if I had the opportunity. It did lose a little bit in the last third for me. The last third was a little more traditional. Some of that bitter hay, grassy kind of returned. But first two thirds were quite good. Interestingly enough, I ran into some burn issues. Not sure what was going on, but yeah, it just went out a bunch of times on me, required a relight, and the draw was like pretty resistant. Curiously, that resulted in like a 2 hour and 40-minute smoking time, which was pretty stellar value for me, considering I enjoyed the experience. Aaron, what was your overall experience like?
Yeah, I mean, the cigar started out with a kind of a basic set of flavor combination, but I thought the flavors were good. But then kind of like the middle of the cigar, kind of like what June was mentioning, the cedar that was there kind of transitioned to more of a general wood note, and that kind of knocked the cigar kind of out of whack, and it was kind of average the rest of the way for me. Um, I think this was released initially in Europe, and then it kind of came here. So I was interested to see how that European profile was going to be something that would work in the United States. I think it's got a profile that could work, but I think the majority of smokers, well, the majority of social media smokers is not the profile that they're looking for. But the people that like lower strength levels and kind of those mellower flavors would probably find something here that they like. I'm interested to see how the Maduro version was going to be. Is going to be after that, kind of following the same Brazilian Puro type style. But not something I'm in a hurry to revisit. But the price point makes it worthwhile checking out. But there was nothing, wrong with the cigar at all. It didn't do anything to really wow me.
What is the price point?
$9.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So getting the score started at the top with Jiunn at 6.47. Seth was next at 6.10, then John at 6.07, and I gave it 5.85. So Jiunn, 6.47. How'd that match up for you?
You're welcome, Gabriel. Oh, never mind.
For a guy who sounded like he didn't enjoy the cigar,
I know.
that was quite the score.
I was
I
just
know.
laughing about that too. I was like, this is classic Jiunn intro. I'm not too crazy
number
about
one
it.
or number two based on that explanation.
It's no Davidoff, you guys. Let's face it here. Okay?
Let's face it.
Let's face it.
That score match up with your experience?
Yeah, it does. Next.
All right. Seth, 6.10.
Yeah, no, it does. It's funny. I didn't know that this was possibly released in Europe. I actually thought that this was a cigar that would actually do really well in like Pacific Asia and Europe. I also think if you like Kindles and Connecticut's, you're going to like it.
Yeah. All right, John, 6.07.
Yeah, I think flavor-wise, this is really should be scoring in the mid-sixes. I just kind of got a bum sample. Unfortunately, draw issues and burn issues. Without that aside, to me, it's definitely a mid-sixes. I'd be right up there with Jiunn. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, my 4.85 matches up well. It's a above average flavor profile, had really good construction. So, kind of gets it into that those high fives. But that's kind of getting on the verge of where I'm going to want to smoke it again. If you kind of hit that like right at 6, I'll be more apt to smoke it. But just a little bit below that. If that first third.
Calorie. It's a Diet Coke of tasty flavor, unfortunately.
Exactly. If that first third would have gone on past that halfway point in the second third, we'd be maybe talking about a low 6s. I'd be up there with you guys. But
hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
So close.
Any other thoughts you guys had on this cigar? I thought the wrapper had an interesting kind of color
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
it.
The sandy.
It was pretty cool, man. You can it's cool to smoke Connecticut's when they're grown all over the place, just to kind of see where it goes.
Reminded me of the plantains in Brazil.
There you go, man. Plantains.
Yeah.
I'm pretty jammed for the Maduro version because
It's not that good.
it's not that good. Well,
Way to go, Jiunn, man.
you said the same thing about this, and he
Jeez.
gave it a 6.5.
Yes.
So
It's an 8.3.
they have a great
8.3.
experience.
Let's hold him to that. Let's hold him to
after
that.
we
It's going
cut
to be a
this-
cigar of the year, man.
After we cut this recording, I'll have some more feedback on this.
Very good.
Well, I don't think everybody's smoked it yet, so maybe you don't want to poison the well.
Yeah, well, I'm
Oh.
planning on smoking the next few
Okay.
days, assuming that the sun holds.
I
so they
forget.
can
I
see.
forget. I think it's good. It's not good. I forget.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. Also, check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalates.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Brasil.